Morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. We are on the day number 10 of our class of GRC. So, what we have done yesterday, if I come back here, yeah, this one. So, we done control and control objective. Now, we just created the control, but we did not complete the control life cycle. Means how a control will be fully developed. Like we have a life cycle for policy and policy exception. In the same manner, we have a life cycle for control as well. For control objective, only one: active, inactive. That's all. You create it, that's good. Click on the activate, it's activated. Also, this problem is solved now that if I go here and open my compliance workspace and open any control objective, on this policy. So earlier we say that there is nothing is appearing, but now it is appearing here because why the issue was my system admin don't have a compliance manager role actually. So that was missing. The only thing is that in a control objective, we can add a policy via click and add. It will show only those policy which are in the draft state, which in the published state will not appear in this pop-up. So this issue has been sorted out. Now, if I go back here and controls, my policy is this one. Right? Or I can go to the control objective, or let's go back to the previous one. Authority document, COBIT. Where is the COBIT? Under this, I have a DS10. And then control objective. And under this, I have these many controls. Okay. Now what I can do, I can select multiple. Now my target is that to convert this particular control or move this particular control and follow the life cycle and bring up to the monitor state. So draft means which we are just drafting it. But attest means we are sending a assessment to the control owner and asking him or her to give us the confirmation that this control has been implemented. There are three things. Let me bring this slide down once again. Okay. Indicator is one thing is coming here. After that, control test is second thing. So what it's saying, indicator template is another thing. In the attestation means that let's say Mahesh is the principal of a school and he give a task to Vinod and Anu, to the teachers, and now he's asking, guys, is that completed? Is that paper has been drafted? Anu say yes. Okay, fill this assessment and give a sign. So in the attestation means you are proving it. That because see, these are system generated controls as well, auto generated control. So it is required for a user to give authority, to give a confirmation that yes, this control has been attested, has been implemented. So it's a attestation field determines which assessment respondent will take to determine the control of a working intent. If you remember, let's say if I take this example, when we are writing it, we mention this thing. ये तो हमारा ऑनर आ गया attestation common weekly, this one. Now the thing is that this actually this is not the group. This is the way to do the attestation. In service now there are two ways for the attestation. One is called the classical way and one is called the smart assessment engine, which has been launched or updated or created by or deployed by ServiceNow in the latest release. Smart engines, smart assessment engines. ठीक. So we have to be decide here. Actually इसके ऊपर एक और फील्ड भी आता है. Assessment method, attestation method. Let me try to create a new one. Let's see is that becoming or not. Frequency, establish, honor. No, इसमें नहीं आ रहा. Let me show you in the classic in this form view. Why not? I'm not sure that why this field is not showing here. If I go to the control objective. And let me open this control objective. So you can see here attestation. Sorry, attestation method. Classical and attestation. So mainly in this attestation, a question go to the control owner. Or control, how the control get generated? It's generated from the entity owner. वहां से आता है निकल के ये. ठीक है. So it will go a assessment. It go as a survey questions, mainly we call it as a survey question, where a respondent need to be responded. ठीक. This one. Attestations are survey that gather evidence to prove that a control is implemented. Anu says to Mahesh, yes sir, paper has been drafted. But Mahesh says, okay, show me, give me some evidence. So that is a survey need to be done. So the attestation provides a documentation that control owner has a defined method to measure the control. In this particular part, it's proof that once this control will be go live, because compliant to tabhi hoga na. When we implement this on the entities and we'll see that how the entities are behaving, then so that document need to be done here. So it can be performed on another test. Whenever we talk about the evidence, it means it's a test. Show me, prove me that yes, it has been done or not done. So this we're going to be do in today's section. So I'll come back again. See, it is showing here, but not showing in the workspace. So now if you see this one, what is the method? It is using the classical method. See. So first we'll see the classical way and then we see the assessment. Nowadays, ServiceNow prefer to use the assessment. And assessment is, I can say, only done. Assessment means the smart assessment will only done in the workspace, not in the native space. Okay, let me go back here and let's search our control, this one, in the native view. Control objective. So that I can show you that how it's appear. Or let me, sorry, my bad. We are defining the attestation method on the control objective level, and then it will be inherited on the control level. So you can see attestation method, classical or attestation. I said attestation. Then GRC attestation. If I put classical, it will be this thing. So first we discuss about classical attestation and then we'll go for the next part. So now let's say if I'm putting this thing and in my control, I assigned. So who is going to be attestation? Patty. Now let me click on the attest. It means now my control is in this place. From here, either I can go back or either I can move forward. So if I show you that part, means what action I can do in the attestation place. Wait, I can show you something here. Yep. So in the attestation, I can move back to the draft. You can see, or I will log in as a Patty now because Patty is the control owner and update it, or I can retire as well. You can see update or retire as well. Now I will going to be impersonate as a Patty. Impersonate. Now, if you are a attestation user, you have multiple ways to do the attestation. Either you can go here if you have a workspace, or you can go my attestation. You don't have a rights. Or you can go to the ES portal, Employee Service Center portal. And here you can see one survey. Is it the same? Yes, this one. Click on this. Because I say that it is a survey. Get started. Is this control implemented? I said yes. Evidence, you can put a sheet here and you can explain the reason. Yes, it has been implemented. Means you are telling to the system that I am sending you proof. See, system is not going to be read this proof, but it will prove yes, it has been done or not. And submit. Now the question come, Atul, from where this particular questions get generated. Means main thing for us to be understand that where this configuration has been defined. That whenever doing the assessment, these three questions should become. So now I and impersonation here. And go back to the compliance workspace. Same place, go with this DS10.2 and your control objective and your control. Now you can see it's showing review compliant. हमने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. Open it. There is no indicators at all. Now you can move your you can move your control to the monitor phase, or you can put in a draft as well, or you can retire as well. कि नहीं अभी चाहिए नहीं मुझे ये. So if you see that if I click on the monitor, I'm just giving a life cycle here. But what to monitor? वो कुछ तो हमारे पास है ही नहीं. So that is called indicators. ये इस पर थोड़ा सा बाद में आते हैं. Let's go back. Now what I will do, I'm going to be in my control. If I want to combine, so what is happening now? For everything by default is a classical attestation, right? By default it's a classical attestation, and for everything these three questions are coming. Let's see, do we have something here for the attestation part? Yes, attestation and smart assessments. Whenever we click on the attest on a control, assessment instance get generated. So you can see here. Instance get generated, and this is all the classical one. And there are three questions. If I am a compliance user, I can go here as well. And I can see how many assessments are assigned to me. So if I just log in back here, ECS. And now I can see GRC assessment. Control attestation total 11. See, click on this. It is again a classical attestation. Let's see anything which is with the home assessment. This is classical, all classicals are this one. Means all are the old methods. Manage changes. Get started. No. Submit. This thing. But from where these things are getting generated? That is what we have to be see. यहाँ से तो मुझे इंस्टेंस दिख गए कि हाँ भाई ये सारे इंस्टेंसेस हैं जिसपे एक यूजर को काम करना है. ये स्मार्ट असेसमेंट है, ठीक है, ये भी हम बाद में देखते हैं. बट फ्रॉम वेयर दीज थिंग्स आर गेटिंग जनरेटेड, that is the important part. So if I come back here in my site authority document, if you see issues, evidence, indicators and content, ये दो तीन चीजें भी रह गई हमारी. Now what I will do, I'll just go back here. Smart assessment engine, template categories. What type of template you want to be used whenever you're sending the assessments? So now I go back here in my dash workspace. There's the multiple ways to do. So we're just doing trial that from where these things will be getting generated. Obit citation, this, and go to detail, objective, this. And now let me change the method here. Attestation and GRC attestation. That I want to be use the smart engine and save. Now let's go back here and open any of this one. This, and now you can see attestation is my classical. Can I remove it and put? नहीं, वो already generate हो गया, तो it will not getting here, or we have to be add the field here so that we can pick up this part. So what we'll do now, let's come back here in the authority document and take this one, AI821. Go to the control objective, this one, and here let's change it. Attestation, GRC attestation, and save this. Add an entity type. Let's say department. Details. Just tick this box. Create control automatically. Save. And controls get generated. And now if you see here, it is coming as a this one. There you go. Why it's showing me the attestation like this only? It should show, it should pick up the things. Or let me do one thing. There's a UI policy which we just deactivate for the time being. And that is a test method. State attest, attestation, and respondent make assessment method attestation. You don't do the classical. Sorry, not this one. Classical policy statement ये होगा, control पे है ना, right? There's no condition, but it's a script. View is workspace. Then to let me remove this because there's some problem is going on with my instance. It's not showing there automatically. So now if I go back here and just refresh, possibly I can see the attestation method as well. नहीं show कर रहा है यार. कुछ तो there's some issue in this way that it is not able to show me. But let me click on the attest here. Okay, so we were discussing about the smart assessments, that how the smart assessments work actually. We can do the assessment, not assessment, attestation from the risk portal as well. Or we can do the assessment, or we can see the assessment via workspaces. There's another workspace available called the assessment workspace. Also, this smart assessment will not come automatically. We have to be install a plugin. That is called smart assessment engines. It's a full product. This one. So I activated this plugin. Only then this particular option come in my picture. And now I can define a new template. So see, this is what the GRC attestation. And this is called the assessment designer. Details and settings. So let me change the scope first. So it's a GRC testing. This is what was appearing for me in the drop down. Remember, जब हम यहाँ पर select कर रहे थे dashboard में, sorry, not here, workspace. If you see this option in the control objective, yeah. How this is coming? Because in this smart assessment, we have given this template name. So if you want, you can create own template as well. And then in this template, we can do the settings. So we say this is a template name is GRC Attestation. Description used for what? Assessment template category. That it is used for. So this is also need to be created. So if you remember this thing, स्मार्ट असेसमेंट कैटेगरीज यहाँ पे this one to map it and to work on these assessment categories, what role is required. So this thing we're giving the option. So this is applicable for the both. Assessment targets is applicable only for the controls. And then you can go to settings. Which rule is required to do this work? Compliance user rule. Or if you want, you can put the compliance manager rule as well. Developer, admin, what role is required? I said dot user because user is the one who is actually going to be attested, and this user is not the normal user. A control owner is a user here. Now, what question you want to be asked as a part of assessment? This is my assessment reference. It is not in the right scope actually. Smart assessment core. So how it will look like? Sorry, what information you want to be give? Description, entity, objective, status, and honor and key control. Assessment reference. किस purpose के लिए आप कर रहे हैं? That is what it's showing. And what question I'm going to be asked it. This is my designer. Is control implemented? Yes, no, this thing. So if I go back here, let me see assessment designer. There is a designer only, not the flow designer. Assessment, there is a concept called assessment. Let me open this control category. It is just map here, that's fine. Assessment grouping, not this one. Category we see this one, assessments one. I guess from here we can do the assessment CMDB. No, it's not showing here. Then you can explain, required, and attach evidence. So if, let me go back here. I want to create a new template. template name LNG Attestation. You can define the purpose. Assessment template category. It is control category. Target on which table it will control table only. This one. Sys compliance, this one. Great. And now in this, you can get the settings. Duration 10 days. What role is required? I said SN underscore compliance manager role is required. And now you can put your questions. Add a question, add a section. Means you can create a full fledged assessment. How this will reference information from the respondent? Means what information user can see when he is responding it, or what information he should know. So I can say control objective show करो उसको वहां पे description and entity. Save. And now your assessment reference. So in this add instructions, ये हो गया instructions that what it will do. Hi, please fill the form and say add questions. Select an existing section or create a section before adding a question. So add a section. Step 1, assessment. Save. And now under this, you can add a question. Are you the actual owner? Required? Yes. Drop down चाहिए, radio चाहिए, checkbox चाहिए, what do you चाहिए? Radio. Yes. No. If you want to add some additional content or guidance, you can give the detail that what I am expecting it from you on this particular part. Let's say LNG. Then second question. Oh, sorry, save to again. Yep. Add question. How much knowledge you have in control? I say it's a text. Like user can say, okay, I have a bit knowledge and details can be given. Single line, multiple line, what you want. Save and publish. Okay. Now if I go back here in my this thing here, compliance, and let's say COVID, and let's say this. And if I go back in the detail, sorry, control objective. Is attestation, and I can see LNG attestation as well. It means once I put this and create any control, but it's not showing this thing. Yep, this thing. Control. Sorry. This thing. Standard enforcement. This thing. It's still not showing here. Not sure why it's not showing here. It's really, really bad to be see. or let me open this control in the native view. Because it should inherit the things from the objective only. Anybody remember that what was our this thing? History measure. What is the हम सीधा टेबल ओपन करते हैं फिर इजी रहेगा. Not control. Here controls, all controls here, and search for this one. Can I see here my attestation method? नहीं है, रुको इसको configure. अगर कोई field नहीं हो, we can bring it on the form level as well. Attestation method नहीं था, तभी नहीं दिख रहा हुआ मैं. Type and let me add this in the workspace as well, so that we can do everything on the workspace. These are common things. Sometimes ServiceNow did not give that field directly available on the form, so you can add on the form layouts. Via form layout, you can add it. Attestation method. And now if you go back on the workspace, you can see here as well. अरे अभी नहीं शो कर रहा है attestation. अच्छा sorry, it's already attested. कोई बताने लगा कि सर आप गलत देख रहे हो. Details, and then you can see here attestation. Come on, why it's not showing the attestation method to me again? Being enforcement entity और यहाँ से देखते हैं. Isn't the draft set right? Control attestation, this one. Why it's showing again? Okay, it's in attestation. Method is attestation, but it's not showing the attestation our stuff here. Not sure that what's going wrong here, but it should show our stuff as well, that what we want to be do. So practically what we're going to be achieve here. Sorry, this one. So practically what we're going to be achieved there, that there's two ways to do the assessment: classical and the smart engine. Smart assessment engine. In the smart assessment engine, we created our new category as well. But now the problem is that it is not getting inherited in my controls. Otherwise, what we have created, we can show here as well. See, it's showing attestation method is this. जबकि हमारा method attestation है, not the classical attestation. So it should not show us classical here. It should show us the assessment here. Sorry, GRC attestation here. Let me change the view and see in the default view. I can change something. Frequency attestation. No, it's lock now. What is the control relative for this one? Let me see if I can make a change there. देखो यहाँ तो दिख रहा है मेरा LNG attestation. Update. But why it is not picking up here? That's my issue. Might be some other linking is required on this particular part. Now, one more thing which we are discussing actually, which is important. So compliance. So I as a user can go and do the attestation from here as well. Take assessment. Yes or no. No and submit. If I have a workspace rule, I can do the assessment from here. Otherwise, I can do the assessment from here as well. Go to home. My GRC, this thing. Task mein hai kuch. Let's see. If you click on the task, it will take you in the displays. GRC portal. This. And here you can see the same thing. Attestations. And you can do the stuff. Or we do not prefer a user to bring in this workspace. We prefer that a user should do the assessment from the here only. Subclassical mein hai, which we done. Now the thing is that, let's say I give a paper, I give a 5 paper to Hassan and to say that, hey, can you check this paper and give me the attestation confirmation. Hassan see the paper, Hassan see that, oh, everything everything is same. Question 1 same in the all 5 papers, question 2 is same in the all 5 papers, 3, 4, 5, and it has been written by the same person as well. Instead of doing the different attestation, can I club and make it as a one? That is called the group attestation. So now what we are going to do, we are going to be going back our control objective. This one, and we will group it. We'll go via authority document only. COVID citation DS10.2 objective this and control. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be these two as a ड्राफ्ट में फिर क्यों नहीं ऑप्शन दे रहा मुझे भाई कॉपी नहीं I can make as a group one. There should be an option called the combine. Entity type is this, citation is this. Why it's not showing me this thing? Let me save and refresh. Something wrong here or what? And this. So there must be an option called combine. Come on, अभी तो दिख रहा था option ये. Because if you see here, in this I can see group attestation. अच्छा हाँ. Smart assessment cannot be combined. Only classical can be combined. Or one more thing. Sorry, not this thing. One more thing. A attestation control can be combined from the assessment perspective only when they have similar questions. So might be in this, the methods are different. See, it is a classical. I'm sure that in the second one, it's a little different. Still classical, but it's not allowing me. Convert entire, nahi. Here the button should come. Grouping one. Now it's showing here, it's not showing here. If I click on the test, created, but why it's not allowing me to do the combining word? Let me try some other one. So now if, okay, just we'll go down that part. So if you see the combined one, group attestation, it means you do the attestation for the both in a one go. So it will be this new category, compensating controls. Yes, yes, no. तो ग्रुप के ऊपर ये कंबाइन हो गया. That is called the group assessment. Instead of going to the different sections, you can do the group assessment as well. ये उन्हीं policies पे जो भी हमने किया. So one answer will be applicable for the other two or the three entity and other three controls in the same group. But grouping can be done only and only if the templates have a same questions. You cannot check or you cannot attest class third or class fourth paper like class fifth paper because the questions are different. You can check class 3 paper everybody students in a one go. If one is wrong, other is also wrong. If one is right, other is also right. So in this way, we can do the, let me go back in the smart one list and smart assessment. It's not showing me here. Attestation, it's showing here. Can I combine? Not from here. And it will be combined from there only, but it's not either allowing me to do the combine as well. और यहाँ पर अभी शो ही नहीं कर रहा कुछ कि हमने कुछ बिल्ड किया हो. क्योंकि there is nothing we are able to attach in the smart assessment as of now. क्योंकि in the control it's still showing the classical attestation. Something wrong, I think, in my configuration, so that we're not able to see these options here. But you can combine as well. You can combine the assessments. Sorry, you can combine the assessment from here itself. कि भाई 5 की जगह I'll combine everything in a one and then I can go it. So you can see a button here which can allow you to combine the things and you can move forward. Doubt, question, clarification. I'll see if I can work a little bit more on this part and will update you on Monday. Might be some configuration need to be done at my side only. Tell me guys, any doubt, any question? अरे कोई नहीं पूछ रहा यार, कमाल हो गई. No doubt, everybody is all clear. Very good. Now, if I come back here in my authority document, prohibit this. Now the next section says is, so we have done the attestation designer, where we create our attestation. We see the classical and the smart engine, and we see we're not able to see the group assessment. Not able to see the group assessment, correct, but we'll see it. Now the next part is that indicator. So if I'm coming back on my control objective, so we have to go for the indicators now. What the indicator means? Indicator is like a test. I'd say that it is used to measure the control कि कितना कर लिया अभी तक आपने. See, implementation is the one part which we done the attestation format. But now in the indicator, it is a way to measure. I said, okay, Anu and her son test the paper. Now I want to be evaluate. I want to be measure that how good they check the paper. That is indicator. It can be manual. It can be automated. So what I can do, I can take that paper which is checked by Anu and Hassan and give to other person. Hey, can you verify that it is the checking is correct or not? That is what is the indicator. It is helped to measure the effectiveness of the process, system or the methods. और यहाँ पर बनते हैं indicator task. And this task go to the minute level users. Not only the control, not the control, minute level. जो verify करेगा हाँ ये indicate कर रहा है सही चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा. Implementation, what we did in the attestation is the implementation. And this is a test of that implementation, that how powerful, how effectively it has been implemented. So we are on this particular part. Sorry. In the review. In the review, we verify that where or what we are doing at point of time. And as soon as the attestation has been done, it moves to the review. And to work on a control in the review, a user must need a compliance manager role. See, we just have a 3 roles mainly. और उसी में हम खेल रहे हैं. Somewhere is a user, somewhere is a manager, somewhere is an admin. And if compliance manager think no, it is not fully or correctly implemented, he can send back to the draft state. So if you go back here and where is my control? Control objective, control. And if you see, state is attest. See, if you open this, either it can be retire, in progress attestation. कौन कर रहा है इसका attestation? कौन कर रहा है? David Lu. So let me complete this attestation part, or let me see if any attestation we have done already. Putting saying attestation and attested. Okay, let impersonate as David Lu and quickly finish it off. Then we can see, then what is the next phase? We can go here in the task My pending task, classic control attestation. Acha, now sorry, my bad. We are trying to be, but it is okay. ठीक है, ये देखो group assessment. Because all of the classical, so it is a group assessment is possible. Response type, same in all attestation. Means whenever answering these three assessment, I can say yes. Group by category. One assessment cannot be grouped by. It means it is different one. Control assessment or by entity. तीनों तीनों group अलग है, वो बोला हो ही नहीं सकता. So what I'm doing here, that if you want to do the attestation in a one go, on which basis you want to be combine it. These two are same, but these three are different. So let me combine these two. Response same for all attestation, group by is already there. Control objective. Two assessments, yes. Group, yes. And now come here, open it, take assessment, implemented. Yes. Evidence. Yes. Explain. Yes. Submit. Now, and impersonation. Go to your compliance. Copy it. Same place. Citation. DS10.2. Control object is the first one. And now you can see the control. You can see in the review state. And it's showing as a compliant as of now. Why compliant? Because if there's a no indicated template attached, it will skip that part. It will skip that part. So if you see here in the review, I as a compliance manager can send it back as well. Return to draft, or I can retire as well, or I can click on the monitor. In the monitor, I will see that how my indicators are behaving, how my users are responding to the questions, how my users are saying yes. By implementation, we are able to measure A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H in this particular control. So it is in the monitor state now. Now the question comes, Atul, how this compliance is saying yes, green or red. So you can see the assessment here, see, which has been done by David Liu. But there's no indicator. Why? Because there's no indicator template at the control objective level. यहीं पर कोई indicator नहीं है measure करने के लिए. So we have to put the indicator template. Click add. So in the indicators, what you want to measure, that is the main thing. I want to measure that how efficiently Anu review this paper. How efficiently Hassan answered this question. His expressions, his knowledge, his way of talking, way of answering, his head movement kind of things. So those things come in the indicator, because indicator will tell you that do you need to be modify something in the control or you're okay to proceed further. Indicator tell you that it is compliant or not compliant. So because it is bypassing, now if you see it bypass and showing compliant, क्यों? क्योंकि इस पे कुछ मेजर करने का मेथड ही नहीं है, तो सब पास ही है. Right? Let's say if you out from your house and you came back, everything is as normal. मतलब कोई नहीं है पीछे से. If the door, the lock is broken, it means somebody's came. So you're measuring it, right? So now the next, which is we are going to do on the Monday, that how the indicator template work here. If I add any indicator, how I can measure it. This one, because indicator also have its own purpose. So it says what to be measured, how to measure, create a template, create indicators, and create a indicator task. पूरा life cycle है इसका. So now what we have planned for this session is attestation designer we saw, classical and smart engine we saw. Even though we are not able to full-fledged use the smart engine, I'll see if possible, and group assessment we just saw in the David loop perspective. Clear? Doubt, question, clarification? Anybody? Also, we can do the attestation from the risk portal as well. Currently, we don't have. So if you see, we don't have a risk one, right? Because we did not install the risk plugin. Once we install the risk plugin, then then the attestation can be done from the risk plugin as well, risk portal as well. And then I will show you that how this compliant score get calculated. See, it's showing 100%. How this getting calculated. What formula, what method is be using it? That we discuss later on. Okay. Clear, everybody? Doubt, question, clarification? Ritam, Vinod, Mahesh, Anu, Hemant, Mohammad, Kiran, Hassan, Manish. Any doubt, any question? Okay. Let me stop recording and take attendance.